Hey, Sean, what? How you doing, huh?
Yeah.
I am,
It's dangerous. Nah, you not.
No,
It's dangerous though. I'll tell you that. I was just hold
That's a big brother, and he's coming here. Everything to get done. Hey, shalom. I'm gonna sort myself out. In fact, both of you hold one. Both of you can hold one. It's okay. I won't. I don't need one.
You want one?
Man, that little black one. I really like that little black one.
I don't know the black one.
I know. Ain't no sweat. Nah, both of y'all get one. Both of y'all. Oh, you got one? I'm getting the black one. Man, it's that black one that's small, huh? Okay. Yeah, this that one that
you got it? Okay.
I think he mentioned about.
You got one, right?
Cause I got one of them that you had mentioned that came into the mail. Remember you get one while ago, you got A.
Yeah, that's probably that.
Yeah.
That's probably that. Yeah.
The words are so fine though, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Shalom, Yahweh, Shimmy, Ashar, Bagatha. To all you brothers out there, Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Thamba, Shimmy, Ashar. To all you sisters out there with the ISUPK, sorry, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Officer Apayak. We're going to jump right into it. We ain't going to waste no time. I'm saying today's topic, we're going to jump into Joshua. We're going to dive into the book of Joshua and touch on Jericho. Everyone knows Jericho. If you don't know Jericho, you're about to know about the story of Jericho. Before we jump into that, just like I like to do every Thursday in these classes, we're going to touch on a hot topic going on. The hot topic being the Afghanistan. What is Afghanistan. Afghanistan. I keep wanting to call them Afghanistan. I don't know why. Afghanistan. Make sure I get this right. Afghanistan have took back their country from the United States. I'm saying from the U.S. Army. And right now, they're in, as of an hour ago, they're in talks with both Russia, Slovakia. China made a statement saying that they can help what's going on. They can help Afghanistan with the situation that's going on. And Afghanistan's leader, one of their leaders or spokesman rather, they have concluded, they're saying yes, I'm saying we can work together. I mean, he agreed that he can work together with the Chinese and also here in the Russians. Now, what does that mean for U.S.? Put just United States and Russia and China, put that out of your mind. Just think the streets. What does that mean in the streets where you have one man run another man out of his city, and after he run him out of that city that he took from him, he now is in cahoots with men that he's been in conflict with before? What does that mean? Let's get Kabbalah off here.
It just means that they're rallying together now because they've seen the recent victory that one had, and they now want to join in.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's now, it's a sense of, oh, damn, we can do it. We can do it. For what? How long have U.S. been occupying that country? Over 20 years?
20 years.
Right? 20 years been occupying that country, meaning from 2001, Afghan was responsible for what? 9/11? Under Bin Laden, right?
Yeah.
Because before Bin Laden, it was Saddam Hussein, right? And we all know the story. What America did was, let's get a brief history. America had a problem with Saddam Hussein, and what was his rebels called? Al Qaeda? No, Al Qaeda was.
Came after the Taliban.
Okay, so what was Saddam Hussein's?
Saddam Hussein was going to Iraq.
Iraq, right? He was in Iraq. They had a problem with Saddam Hussein. Guess who they got for help? It was a man by the name of Bin Laden, right? Armed the rebels. That's where Bin Laden came out of, right? So they armed Bin Laden and them. Now they have a problem with Bin Laden, right? In 9/11, they had a problem with Bin Laden. And they said, oh, we need to arm the rebels. Who were those rebels? ISIS. ISIS was those same rebels. Now they arm ISIS. Now they have a problem with ISIS now. It seems like America have a problem with anybody that's willing to want to govern themselves, because America's promoted itself to be the police of this earth. Not everyone is like Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indians. You see these Africans. You see these people in India or all over the Middle East. They're not gonna put up with certain things that you see Black people put up with over here. That's what the white man do not understand. They would not put up with certain things that we choose to put up. Make sure you occupy like and share the class. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna put up the same things we put up. Why? Because they're in their country. They know their history, and they haven't been destroyed like us. Like I said before, think street. Can you imagine for 20 plus years someone's been killing and raping your family, man? How many family members America is over there killing? You hear stories of rape that the soldiers are doing? So what? Because they go on, all that's supposed to be forgiven? What about all the coons? Think about you. Imagine how you feel about the coons that have helped the so-called white man into oppressing us. Can we not have come out of this oppression?
Right.
If it was not for the Martin Luther Kings. So imagine how you feel. I'm saying we all know we're in the ISUPK and we don't condone any violence, but nonetheless, human nonetheless. I'm saying, imagine how you feel. I'm saying we live on a certain discipline that these people in Afghanistan that they do not have, the Taliban do not have, right? So imagine how you feel about your enemies. Now they're in charge of their country again now. So what are they gonna start doing? All the ones that betrayed them, that caused them their family to die and to lose that war. They're gonna start killing them. Just like anybody would. What I say to all those people dying in Afghanistan, for one, I say the Most High is in control of all things, and they're dying in Afghanistan, and that's what it's supposed to be. No different than you say Black people dying over here. You have brothers like Ludacris going over there paying for their water, building them water system, building them, giving them food. You know the story here, Ludacris going over there. He bought a house in Africa. He's feeding Africans, all that up. Leads me to wonder, Flint, Michigan do not have water. So why isn't Ludacris over there in Flint, Michigan as we speak right now?
Because he's a coon.
He's a coon. So imagine your frustration with a brother like that, knowing our people are dying out here, and instead he goes all the way halfway across the world to go help a bunch of heathens. We're not Africans yet. Africans sold us into slavery, man. And what more brotherhood can you show than to help your own? Why go way halfway across the country to go help a bunch of people you don't know? You know what he said? Ludacris made a comment. He's saying, because Ludacris is known as a hoarder. If anyone know what a hoarder is, he bring me home. He collect things and keep them. It's hard for him to let go of things. He's really sentimental when it comes to certain things, right? You know what he said? He said, a lot of things I have, they're really expensive. And I know I can't give it to certain family members over here, but I can go over in Africa and into the Middle East, and they'll appreciate it. In translation, I can't stand these niggas because they don't appreciate my hand-me-downs. Well, these Africans and ones out that's living in the Middle East, they would appreciate it. If that's the case, what does that got to do with a water system? You don't think Black people Michigan can appreciate a water system? There's children being born in certain spots and a bunch of bumps all over their body because of the water they've been drinking, the lettuce in the water. He goes halfway across the country to go help his people. That's why the topic that we're going into today is so heavy, because just like the time of Jericho, we're living in the same time right now. The same time right now, I'm gonna show you today. We're living the same time like what Joshua was going through. I'm saying during the city of Jericho. You know what I'm saying, the same time today, the same thing today we're going through. I'm saying, what else? That's it, right? That's the Afghan. That's the heaviest topic right now, right? Afghan. What's going on?
California is all the way on fire. All the way.
They've been on fire. The brother said California's on fire. They stay on fire. Come on, go ahead.
This year, they have had on record their biggest fire in history, period. And there's still more fires starting because these fires are so big that they're developing their own microclimates, which cause lightning to start other fires because these fires are so big.
In so much words, the brother's saying that Most High is burning down California, which is right, huh? See, in California's history, what they did to the natives that was living there, man, all the Mexicans that was living there, the Israelites that was living there, all the gold that they steal and the people that they kill for that land. I'm saying California have earned what's coming to it. America have earned the violence that's coming to it, man. America have earned it, man. I'm saying, who's that up? Is that Matza? I mean, America have earned what's coming to them. America have earned every destruction that's coming to it, man. Be a man and accept that. America have earned what's coming to it.
That's right.
I'm saying? And it's only right that America, for whatever a man soweth, slack it, whatever a man, bring me home.
Whatever a man soweth, that too shall he reap.
Whatever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You know what I'm saying? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. In America, reap nothing but violence and destruction over the earth. So it's only right that you get violent destruction back. California's not starting up. I have a white man, before I jump into my topic, I have a white man and my slave. You know what he said to me? He said, it's almost as if he was trying to ask me, because when he said it, he took his phone out of his pocket and he went like this. He said, I know they're listening. I'm like, who's he? What is he talking about? He's saying that the government is listening through his phone. Here's what real shit, real shit. You know, real shit. This is what he said to me, verbatim. You know, I like to take my time because I want it verbatim. I'm gonna speak his word verbatim. He said what Joe Biden and his administration is doing is act of war. It's damn near what's the word?
Treason.
Treason. That's the exact word he used. It's treason. He should be beheaded. I said, yeah, man, yeah. Because he is superintendent. You know what he said to me? Because a lot of them like to come and confine me because I'm kind of low key and quiet and say to myself. So they're trying to get me. They like to get me to talk. So they come to me and they talk these things to me because they know I ain't gonna go back and talk to anybody about nothing because I don't talk, right? So he said to me, he says treason. He should be beheaded. I said, He said, my wife and me was talking the other day, and we're going to start buying ammunitions again this week. We're going to start stockpiling ammunitions. I already have over 1,000 plus. You know what I'm saying, but I plan on getting like 5,000. He said we plan on getting on 5,000 ammunition, right? So he started storing up. And he said he planned on buying new guns. Do you know what he said to me? He took his phone out of his pocket and he said, I know they're listening. I want them to hear this one. He said, we even plan on getting some dynamite. We want. That's what he said to me, dynamites. And he said he planned on buying land out in, like his family got a small portion of land. He planned on buying even more land on that out in the middle of nowhere in the desert. And he wants dynamites to when everything comes to shit, he'd be able to fight back. That's what he said to me. Go ahead, up.
Sluggy, sir. Speaking on dynamite, and that them, devils want to get dynamite. I'm Sluggy. Who's he, a devil? Devils want to get.
Yeah, he a devil. Superintendent, he definitely never. Ain't giving that to a nigga.
Today, also at the Congress, at the Library of Congress,
right,
there was a bomb threat, like an active bomb threat.
Right.
The so-called suspect is already in custody, but this just goes to show you, like, they're dead serious. They want to blow stuff up, like.
No, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know why the devil's, afraid when there was a devil. I forget where it was, somewhere in the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Who had bombs inside his RV, and his wife called the FBI and everything. The FBI looked around. Oh no, he doesn't look nothing suspicious. Even his own wife was calling, hey, he might blow up or he might do something, he's crazy. Basically handled this man.
Mm.
It turns out he did blow up during, I think it was around Christmas last year.
Last year,
this
yeah.
year, I believe. No, yeah.
Christmas haven't came yet. I'm saying, but last year, yeah. That's America. Huh? It says terror shall make them afraid, right? Who can pull that from you? Can pull that from you? Terror shall make them afraid. In this time that's coming, all these Afghanis, they're welcome into the country. They will have to pay for that. They would have to pay for that. You don't think a lot of these are enemies also coming over? A lot of these men who that America is bringing in from Afghanistan, they're in fact in cahoots with the Afghanis. You don't think that? What do you think? You think someone is going to sit back and allow you to kill off their family members over 20 plus years? I'm saying 50 years plus. And this war go all the way back. They've been warring in the Middle East. And then for what? So you can pack up and go home and live safely? It don't work like that. It does not work like that. I'm saying you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. Just anything that we do, you have to pay. You know the right thing, you do the wrong thing, you're going to have to pay. That's how it works. You're going to have to pay. Because what? Then you make the Most High a liar. Most High say you should pay for it. You're going to have to pay. I'm saying you're going to have to pay. We all have to pay. Go ahead.
I got that scripture.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 11. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
Say it again.
Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
Terror shall make him afraid on every side. Go ahead.
And shall drive him to his feet.
Drive him to his feet. So the white man wanted to go out in the middle of nowhere and hide. That's not gonna help him, man. He's gonna be drawn out. He's gonna be like, there's no World War III is damn near out of hand. Huh? Right now, they used to call it back in about 20 or 30 years ago. They used to call it like the Cold War. Like we're in a Cold War, wrong or right. Right now, this would be kind of Cold War, kind of like when two niggas like it's kind of looking at each other a certain way. I'm saying sneak this in, sending certain subliminals. Like you know what I'm saying, kind of look at each other like it'd be two women. You know how women is. They're kind of like backbiting. Women are really. They don't really say to each other, but they'll talk about each other behind their back. Right now, that's what's brewing. But the only difference is these two enemies, they know they're enemies. They're just waiting for the other one to make the first move. That's all it is. Just waiting for the other one to make the first move. And let's jump right into it. Give me Joshua. In the book of Joshua. Joshua 101. Yeah, go ahead.
Like book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 1. And after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses, minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead.
If everyone know Moses, right? This is Joshua's after. Now Moses is just passed, right? Moses now went on to the Lord. He's dead, right? Now Joshua come in. You know, the nation of Israel is not a democracy. You don't get a ruling board. You don't get 5 or 6 or 20 men that make decisions for a nation. It doesn't work like that. Only one in our kingdom. Only one amongst our people. There can only be one, right? There's a head tribe. I'm saying within that tribe is a head man that lead that tribe. It can only be one. Just remember that, right? And in this time now, after Moses has just died, Joshua is now taking charge of the children of Israel, right? Go ahead up.
Okay. Now therefore arise and go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I give to them, even to the children of Israel.
Don't mind that. Go ahead. Hit that down one for me. Yes, sir. Go ahead up. Just so they can hear you up.
Okay.
Now go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that I have given unto you.
So the Most High is, of course, I'm saying, sends angels out. Let him know that, yo, go to Joshua. Let him know he's next in charge. In so much words, he's next in charge, right? And he's to lead the children of Israel into the promised land. Because you know that Moses died before he got to see the promised land, right? I think Most High, if I'm not mistaken, get me right on this, he allowed Moses to see like a little glimpse of it, if I'm not mistaken. To see it's kind of like a preview kind of thing. I'm saying, to see how the kingdom will look like, right? So go ahead up.
That I have given unto you, as I said unto Moses.
Give me through 7. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Keep going through 7. It's like
Verse 4. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even to the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea, toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast.
To be your what?
Your coast.
So the Most High letting them know, like, listen, you see all these cities? It's you. I'm saying, go ahead.
Okay. Verse 5. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life.
Most High saying, you follow me, no man shall come up against you. If you don't understand the story about Joshua, he was a warrior, man. Joshua was a warrior. He was a cold-blooded. What tribe is Joshua from? What tribe is that brother from? Give me right now. Give me the tribe of Joshua. So I forgot what tribe Joshua was from, right? So if you know anything about that brother was a warrior, right? Don't forget, Joshua was the one that pulled a sword on the angel, wrong, right? Joshua was the one that pulled that sword. It'd be equivalent today as a nigga pulling a gun on the angel. Nigga, angels come in, nigga, pull his gun. Nigga, who's you? It's kind of, Joshua was a man, was a man of war, right? Kept it on him. So go ahead, I'll keep going for me.
As I was, Bill 5, as I was with Moses, so will I be with thee.
As I was with what?
With Moses, so will I be with thee.
So the Most High is saying, the way I was with Moses, I'll be with you the same way, right? He's telling Joshua. You want him to feel comfortable. Go ahead.
I think he's Ephraimite. It says Numbers 13 and 8. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Nun, which
is Joshua.
Nun
Yeah,
is,
it's his father. Khan. Okay, so he's an Ephraimite. Most like Christ. Go ahead.
I would not fail thee nor forsake thee. Verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage.
Be strong. Most I ask him, I would give you all these things, but you have to be strong and of good courage. Right? Go ahead.
For unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them.
Right.
Verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous.
Only be thou what?
Strong and very courageous.
So Moses asks him to be strong and very courageous, right? Keep going.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all the law.
To do all what?
The law.
To do what?
The law.
Meaning all these things Joshua will get. This is important to know. All these things Joshua will get if he makes sure he enforced the law. Right? Joshua must enforce the law to get all these things. Let me show you how the Most High work. Say by the end of today, I'm gonna show you how the Most High work, right? Keep going.
Okay. Which Moses, my servant, commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left.
Right.
That thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Give me Joshua 2. Give me the second chapter 2. I want to get to 7, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna jump through it up. Jump down to 2. Yeah, go ahead. Chapter 2?
Yeah, go ahead.
Come. There's a book of chapter 2, verse 1. And Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land.
Go view the what?
The land.
You view the what?
The land.
Go view the land, right? So Joshua sent 2 men into where?
Shittim.
In Shittim, right? So he sent 2 men into Shittim, which is far along. Joshua sent 2 men into Shittim, right? To go. Basically, he sent them to go search out the land. Let me know what Shittim is really like. Why do you send 2 men to go spy on the land? Go ahead.
They're rangers. They're just going and surveying the land to prepare for an attack.
In today's time, what would it be called? Go ahead.
It's like I was just gonna say, you saying Shittim, it's actually it's Jericho. I know that's what you mean.
It's Jericho. Khan.
The 2 men were sent out of Shittim.
They were sent out of Shittim. Go ahead, guys. You're right. Salakia. But why would you send 2 men into that land to spy on the land?
To see what kind of threat you're dealing with.
Right. Meaning they're what? Go ahead.
To give you a report.
Give you a report. And today, what would it be called? What would the U.S. Army call it today?
Rangers.
Spies. Saying they'll call them spies today. So he said them like today's time spies are, I think, the CIA, right? Central Intelligence Agency. That's what the CIA are, the spies today, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay. So today they call it CIA, right? So he sent spies, 2 of his top spies into Jericho out of Shittim, right? Go ahead, keep going for me out.
Even Jericho, and they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab.
So they came into a harlot's house named Rahab, right? Go ahead.
And lodged there.
Keep going.
Verse
so they
2.
stayed there. Go ahead.
And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men and hither tonight of the children of Israel.
So Jericho, the king of Jericho, right? He got word that, look, there's 2 men here, right? There's 2 men here that they're from where?
Children of Israel.
Children of Israel. The minute they mention those names, because 2 things they know that king of, I'm calling him king of Jericho knows. 1, he had a reputation so far of the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, right? And the fact that they're coming this way, he know the reputation of the children of Israel. All right. He know the reputation. It's been going around, right? What happened to those Egyptians? So you know our reputation coming. So he hear that they're in the city. He's like, oh no, they ain't in my city for no reason, right? So here's what he do. What do you want to say?
It's like that. What the Most High said, you know, it's the children who the God who let the children of Israel out of Egypt. You know, it's like basically like a title. Like they already know who this nation is.
Right.
You know, because who they have on their back. You know, on the right side.
Right. Keep going for me out.
Okay. To search out the country, and the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee.
So the king of Jericho sent a messenger saying, Go to this Rahab, go to this woman. I'm saying who was a harlot, right? Go to her and tell her the 2 men that you have, I want him to deliver them to me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Which entered into thine house. For they become to search out all the country.
For they come to what?
Search out all the country.
To do what?
Search out all the country.
So he know that's what they come for, right? They've come to search out the country, to spy on our country, right? To keep an eye on our country, see what's going on, to report back to Joshua. Keep going.
Verse 4. And the woman took the 2 men and hid them.
The woman took the 2 what?
The 2 men and hid them.
The woman took the 2 men and hid them, right? Go ahead.
And said thus, There came men unto me.
They came what?
There came men unto me.
So she took the 2 men, hid them, and she said, There came men unto me. So she's telling the two spies, go ahead.
But I wist not whence they were.
Which not what?
Wist not whence they were.
Keep going.
And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whether the men went, I won't not.
Keep going.
When I will not pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them.
He shall what?
Overtake them.
So she's telling them, like, listen, like, you see these 2, so much worse, these 2 niggas, they coming after you. The king know he wants me to set y'all up. I'm saying, but I don't want to do that. So I'm letting y'all know so y'all can get a jump on them, right? Act now so you can get a jump on them. Keep going.
Verse 6. But she brought them up to the roof of the house and hid them with the stalks of flax.
So she hide those men, right? Keep going.
Which she laid in order upon the roof. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords.
Right? Keep going.
And as soon as they were pursued after them were going out, they shut the gate.
What?
They shut the gate.
Keep going.
Verse 8. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land.
Giving you the what?
The land.
So this was a wise woman. She was a whore, but she knew that the Most High is with them. It's with the children of Israel. It's with these 2 men, right, who are from the children of Israel. She said, I know you got the land. I know God is giving y'all this land. The fact that y'all here, the fact that she know the story, she hear the stories that are going on. She know these niggas is like, man, these Israelites coming out are tearing up everything that's coming out their way, right? Because their God is leading them out. So she know the story, right? Keep going.
And that your terror is fallen upon us.
Their terror is what?
Has fallen upon us.
She said, y'all here for us. Go ahead.
And that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
Keep going.
For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, when ye came out of Egypt.
Came out of what?
Out of Egypt.
Once again, so like I said before, she know, right? She know about the Israelites. What's up?
I was just gonna say it's crazy how the word is spread out real quick, especially something big like that.
Right, they didn't have phones back then. They don't need phones, and none of that.
Right.
It's so much so the word spread a lot faster, you know what I'm saying? Back then, saying
Right.
keep going.
And what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites.
Waited to the two kings of the what?
Of the Amorites.
The Amorites, right? So she know about what happened to them. I think they were what? The Hamites, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So she know about what happened to those Hamites. Right? The story, like I said before, is spreading. News is spreading about these Israelites. Go ahead.
That were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed.
Utterly what?
Destroyed.
Keep going.
And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt.
Her hearts did what?
Did melt.
So fear trembled through them. When they heard these things, fear trembled through them, right? She's telling you, like, this is what they went there for. Those two men went there for this information, exactly what this whore is giving them. They know that the men of this city know the stories of them and are afraid of them, right? Keep going.
Neither did there remain any more courage in any man.
Any more courage in what?
In any man.
Meaning, like, yo, they all fear you guys. They all know about the stories. They all know about you guys and how menacing you are. You're lions. You know what I'm saying? So she's saying that, look, they're afraid of you. Keep going.
Because of you, for the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and in the earth beneath.
Heaven above, you know what I'm saying? And earth beneath. Keep going.
Verse 12. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that ye will also show kindness unto my father's house.
You should also show what?
So kindness unto my father's house.
What is she doing here?
So she's asking for mercy when they come in.
She's asking for mercy. You ever heard of saying, I'm sure all you brothers out, you in UPK definitely heard of it. A harmless as a dove. Saying? Except she ain't no type of lethalness about her. She know that, listen, the war's already been won. The war that you guys are bringing up on us, we already lost. You guys are going to win this war. You guys are going to win this war. She know that. She's trying to worry about her and her father's house. Right? Keep going.
And give me a true token. Verse 13. And that ye will save alive my father.
My what?
Save alive my father.
Keep going.
And my mother.
And my what?
My mother.
Go ahead.
And my brethren.
Keep going.
And my sisters. And all that they have. And deliver our lives from death.
So she's trying to, listen, like I already know y'all finna take the city. Just save us. You know what I'm saying? Save me and my household. Jump to 7 for me, y'all. Number 7. Jump to 7 for me. 6, Salakia. Give me 6.
Okay. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the children of Israel.
Jericho is what?
Straitly shut up.
What is that straightly? Who can give me like straightly? Let's get a trooper. This nigga Parak, man. Parak is like that nigga in class. I want to answer all the questions. Huh? Nigga, we know you know it. I'm saying, but you want to answer all the questions. Go ahead up.
Thoroughly. Like if we would say straight up, it means thoroughly, like real shit. Salakia. Like all the way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the word I'm looking for. When I say no, means you're on your verge. It's just not a word I'm. You know, when you're teaching these classes, you're not a teacher wanting the word that you yourself looking for, right? So what is that? What is that straightly? Read it again now. Read it again for them. On the top.
Gone. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out.
Jericho was straightly shut up.
Maybe quickly shut the gates, and then they're coming.
Come on, I'm gonna give you that. It's like, yeah. Who else? Go ahead, Monty. Give me what's straightly out.
So like I was just looking at the definition.
Go ahead and read the definition out.
A position of difficulty.
Position of what?
Difficulty.
Of what?
Difficulty.
That's the real word I'm saying I was looking for. Right? So Jericho is what? Go ahead.
Straightly shut up because of the children of Israel.
So in so much words, Jericho was, all you brothers are right. They're having a hard time because the children of Israel. I'm saying because the children of Israel, like things are like not going according to plan for the children of Israel, right? Keep going up.
Okay. None went out and none came in.
Why? Why they having a hard time? Go ahead.
If none went out and none came in.
I mean, like, yo, business cannot go on accordingly. So you know what I mean? You had it up, but I was looking for you to not go and teach these classes, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead up.
Okay. Verse 2. And the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given unto thine hand Jericho.
See, I was what?
Given unto thine hand Jericho.
Moses said, look, I've given you Jericho. Right? To Joshua, he said, everything I promised you, I've given you Jericho. Like I said before, I'm specifically going over this, and then we're going to jump back into Afghanistan and what's going on. I'm saying because it's important to know this story right here we're reading is in correlation with what's going on today and what's going to happen in Afghanistan. Right? Keep going up. Or us going back to our homeland. Go ahead.
Okay. And the king thereof and the mighty men of valor.
The mighty men of what?
Of valor.
Moses said, I've given you Jericho and the king and the mighty men of this city I've given you. If anyone has been in any type of competition or fighting or combat sport, you ever see when you break a man up, anyone when you box, okay, either UFC or whatever it is, any type of wrestling, or when you break a man up, you can feel it. And that feeling you get, like you could see it on him, like I just broke him. And that feeling you get, I can't explain to you, brothers and sisters, man. You just got to be someone that's been in it and do it. I cannot explain to you the feeling that you get. I love that feeling. I love that feeling. Look in the eyes, the spirit, you could see you broke that man. I'm saying in that combat sport. Now, Moses is telling Joshua, look what I've given you. I've given you Jericho. I've given you the king and the mighty man of Jericho. Right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. And ye shall compass the city.
You shall what?
Compass the city.
Go ahead. What's that compass?
So like encircle.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. All ye men of war, and go round about the city once.
Round about the city what?
Round about the city once.
So the Most High is giving them specific information. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? In this time and time of war, that when you get these specific information, that you not only take these information, but you apply them. And that's why this is, like I said before, at the end of today, you're going to see why it's so important that this story right here of Joshua in correlation with what's going on today and what's to come. Right? Keep going.
Okay. Thus shalt thou do 6 days. Verse 4. And 7 priests shall bear before the the 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram horns. And the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times. You shall compass the city what? 7 times.
Go ahead.
And the priest.
So what the Most High is saying here is each day, I want you to compass the city. Right? Compass that city each day. Right? But here's what the Most High say. Keep going. And that's for 6 days straight, right? Go ahead.
And the priest shall blow the horn, shall blow with the trumpets. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when ye hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout. And the wall of the city shall fall down flat.
The wall of the city shall fall down. For the Most High, listen, he's laying out the game plan for him. Look, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. This is what you got to do to bring them to their knees. I need you to follow me word for word and do everything I say. And in the midst of the war, like I said before, if any man, if you want to take anything from war and high adrenaline, heart-wrenching situations, whether it be a fight, a fist fight, or what people call today a gang fight or a shootout or whatever it may be, easy does it. I'm saying you want to collect yourself. The man with the steady mind in the midst of the war, in the midst of everything going chaos, the man of the steady mind, man that can compose himself. That's the man that's going to have the best chance of winning. I'm saying in the midst of that war. And let me show you why. Keep going.
Come on. And the people shall ascend up every man straight before him.
The people shall what?
Ascend up every man straight before him.
Keep going.
Verse 6. And Joshua, the son of Nun, called the priest and said unto them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord.
Keep going.
And he, verse 7, and he said unto the people, pass on and compass the city, and let him that is armed pass on before the ark of the Lord.
Let him that is what?
That is armed.
That is armed, right? Go ahead.
Okay. Pass on before the ark of the Lord.
So what is the Most High laying out for him here? Anyone can go ahead up.
Sorry, the more or less the ark would be at the back of this proceeding. So
Right. So go ahead,
everybody, the armed soldiers, because these are all men of war, the armed soldiers are marching in front of the Ark of the Covenant, and the priests that are carrying the ark are behind, and then the priests that are blowing trumpets, you know.
Well, what is the Most High doing? If you notice, what is the Most High doing with Joshua?
He's giving him a strategy for war.
Give him a strategy for war. Huh? Like it ain't not like right now. What are we in the time of right now? We know we've been in war, but it ain't been this high in a minute. Huh? It ain't been this high in a minute. We're in the brink of war. Huh? We're in the brink of war, and that strategy for war, like I said before, that strategy for war has to come from the head up. The Most High give us that strategy for war, and the Most High have given the ISUPK the strategy for war. And what is ISUPK's strategy for war? Who can go ahead, Razan?
Gather together.
Gather together, O nation, not decide. 100%. That is the strategy for war. Right? Get that brother a hand. I was hoping you would get it right. Right? The reason why is I was hoping. Not that I didn't want a brother to get it, but the brother. I wasn't using that term, but the brother got it, knocked it 100%. Yes. Gather yourself together, O nation, not decide. That's the strategy for war. Because in a war, what are the things you need in the war? Men, I'm saying numbers, and not so much numbers, but you need people, right? And what else you need?
Unity.
Yes. Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? To be on one consent. You need to be on one consent in war. And that's what the Most High know that. That's what he's preparing the children of Israel for. No different in the time of Joshua, right? No, he's giving them specific information on how to go about this, right? Keep going, Razan.
Verse 8. And it came to pass, when Joshua had spoken unto the people, that 7 priests bearing the 7 trumpets of ram's horns passed on before the Lord, and blew with the trumpets, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord followed them.
Right? Keep going. Salaki.
And the armed men went before the priests that blew with the trumpets, and the rewarded came after the ark, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpets.
Jump down to 12.
Okay. Verse 12. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priests took up the ark of the Lord. And the seven priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord went on continually and blew with the trumpets.
Blew with the what?
With the trumpets.
So what is the Most High doing here? Why is so much trumpets being blown? Don't forget, the city's been surrounded. Jericho's, in so much words, Jericho's having a, what? What's the word that's been used again? 6-1? Streetly, right? That means they're going through a hard time, right? Already. Things are not going according to plan. Business are not being able to go according to plan. They're having a hard time. So you can imagine the city's been surrounded. Why there's so much blowing of the horn?
Because the Most High likes to flex. He wants everybody inside that damn city to know it's him and his
brother hand. There's no, listen, in time of war, when the world is looking, there's no greater time than the Most High to show his hand. Huh? It's when he always comes out put the children of Israel out front to show his might during that time of war. That is what's coming again when Christ makes his second coming. The Most High, as the brother said, he's flexing. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you who's what. These small, a few people. Israel wasn't many coming out of there. A lot of Israelites died in that wilderness, right? Moses didn't even make it out of the wilderness. Huh? He led the children of Israel out of Egypt, and he wasn't able to go on. Huh? I'm saying in the midst of that war, keep going for me. Keep going for me.
Okay. Middle 13. And the armed men went before them, and the rewarded came after the ark of the Lord, the priests going and blowing with the trumpets. And the second day they compassed the city once and returned into the camp. So they did 6 days. Verse 15.
So six days straight, they compassed the city, right? Blowing and going up, compass the city 6 days straight, right? Keep going.
Verse 15. And it came to pass on the seventh day.
On the what?
On the seventh day.
The seventh day now, right? Seventh day now. 6 days straight. One day, one time they round about the city, right? On the seventh day. Go ahead.
That they rose early during the dawning of the day and encompassed the city after the same manner 7 times.
Did it what?
7 times.
Did it what?
7 times.
So on the seventh day, they did it how many times?
7 times.
They did it how many times?
7 times.
7 times. Most High is showing them up. On the seventh day, he did it 7 times. Keep going.
Only on that day did they compass the city 7 times.
And only in the seventh day, they compassed the city 7 times, right? Keep going.
And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, shout.
Say what?
Shout.
Say what?
Shout.
Say shout. Go ahead.
For the Lord hath given you the city.
For Lord of what?
Giving you the city.
So 6 days straight, one time you circle the city up. What is the Most High? The fact that he did what he did in the 7th day, what is the Most High doing here?
He's terrorizing.
Get a brother a hand, huh? Get a brother a hand, huh? Get a brother a hand. I don't know how you take that up. You want a lot of niggas talk about demon mode. You want to talk about that's a different animal. That's a different animal. Nigga, you already got the city. Come and get us already. God damn, niggas can't sleep. You circle the city once a day, and the 7th day you do it 7 times. So you did it the first time. I think, okay, they done. The 7th day they did it 1 time. The nigga doing it again. He doing it again and again. And after the 7th time, he did what?
7 times.
7 times that day, right? And keep going again. What did Joshua shout to the people and did?
He told people to shout. So the Lord has given you the city.
The Lord has given you. So what were they doing?
They were war crying.
They were crying. They were taking the city now. Stop playing, man. That's a different kind of animal. That's a different kind of animal. Man like that, it's mental. You know what I'm saying? It's mental. The Most High he wanted to show them. He wanted to show them, I am the Most High. I am dwelling with the children of Israel. 6 days straight, he circled the city 1 time. Ain't even touch him. First day, spin the city. We ain't even gonna touch him. We ain't even gonna attack him. Second day, spin the city. We ain't gonna attack him. All throughout the 6th day, we ain't gonna touch him. The 7th day, not only he not touch him after the first one, he did it 7 times that day before getting them up. Keep going for me.
Verse 17. And the city shall be accursed, even it and all that are therein, to the Lord. Only Rahab.
Who?
Only Rahab.
Who was Rahab? Who was Rahab? The harlot, right? Remember the whore that the brothers made a covenant with, that she helped them so they would save her life, right? So he's given specific instructions. Joseph is giving specific instruction to his men, saying, "Do not touch this woman." Go ahead.
Only Rahab the harlot shall live.
Only what?
Only Rahab the harlot shall live.
Go ahead.
And she and all that are in with her in the house.
Not only she get to live, anyone that's dwelling inside of that house, do not touch them. Like I said before, in the midst of war, these are specific information that's so essential in war, right? Because if any one of those men would have touched them, that would have broke the covenant that those brothers made. You know what I'm saying, and Joshua, because they were speaking for Joshua. Joshua made with that woman, right? Keep going.
Because she hid the messengers that we sent. And ye in any wise keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves accursed.
Is he making himself a what?
Accursed.
Make himself a what?
Accursed.
What is he saying here?
Like I said, he's saying not only don't touch her, but also don't try to have sex with her because she's still a heathen. Like leave her all the way alone and leave everything in that crib alone.
Who can give it a shot? Who else want to give it a shot?
Like don't take anything from the city. Like everything in the city is to be destroyed.
That Khan. Brock, you want to say something?
If you read back up verse 17, it says, and the city shall be accursed, even it and all that are therein. So basically, none of the treasure that city can you touch.
And take, right? Keep going.
When ye take of the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel accursed and trouble it, but all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord.
What is consecrated? I heard Christian use that a lot. What is consecrated? First off, give me the Christian version of consecrated. Who can give it to me?
Well, Christians would say that consecration is the anointing, and that the anointing is some magical power
and a feeling, and that's all I said before. Like they're Christians. I'm saying, who can give me the actual meaning of consecrated? Let him go. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so when it says they're consecrated to the Lord, it means they belong to the Lord specifically. In
so much words, that's all it means. The Most High owns that. That's to the Most High. That's his portion. Now, let me ask you this. Who would damn near defy that? Let's find out. Keep going on.
All consecrated unto the Lord, and they shall come into the treasury of the Lord. So the people shouted when the priests blew the trumpets. And it came to pass, when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, when people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat.
Keep going.
So that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city.
Right? Keep going.
Verse 21. And they utterly destroyed all that was in the city, both men and women, young and old.
Why did the Most High have to go to such extreme? First off, would that be extreme? Wait up.
No, sir. That is not extreme.
Why?
Because every one that would be left living would live with a memory. And every memory, just like Afghanistan, every memory.
Get his brother a hand. Get his brother a hand. I like what you're saying. Excellent, man. Excellent. Go ahead.
Like anyone that's left living, they can fake it all they want, but they love their people.
And that's what make America wicked. The brothers say, so I'm gonna let you keep going. That's what make America so wicked. America is playing a game. America is playing a game as if it's America and the white man. They're so used to winning and being so bossy and bronzy and chest up. They don't watch that. You ever heard the saying, that easy as a king, what is it? Sits the king on the throne, something like that. Go ahead.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. There's another one that's saying that go easy sits a crown, meaning when you're a king, or you're so high and mighty, and you're so powerful, you're not worried about anything around you, right? And you don't see it coming. America have carried that type of pride. Why do you say that? How can you leave the grandkids, leave the nieces and nephews of the same people you killed over there? If you don't kill one, kill them all then. Kill them all then. But America is wicked. What America want to do is, America want to leave those children alive to have a reason, show the world, look. I mean, we got to keep killing them. Look, we got to keep killing them because look what they're doing. They're still attacking us. They're attacking American soldiers as if they have no reason to attack American soldiers. No different than they did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They were starving out those Asians, man. Asians bombed their ass in Pearl Harbor. And then they go back and say, well, look, Asians bombed us first. They started it. How? You were starving them out. No different than you kill all these kids you see today. 20, 25 years ago, they took the city, right? You know those same kids right now, guess how old they are? How old are you up?
I'm 13.
How old are you?
32.
How old are you up?
25.
Do you know that they're older than all of us in here up? They're older than all of us in here. Those same kids, they got 30, 35, 36. Talking about going back to the early 90s, man. I'm saying it's like the late 80s, early 90s we're talking about. These same children you're seeing today. Keep going for me on that, because I want to get through it. I keep going.
Come on. Young and the old, and ox, and sheep, and ass, with the edge of the sword.
Drop down to 23 for me.
Come. Verse 23. And the young men that were spies went in and brought out Rahab.
Brought out who?
Rahab.
They brought out Rahab. Who was Rahab again? The whore, right? The harlot. Go ahead.
And her father, and her mother, and her brethren, and all that she had. And they brought out all of her kindred, and left them without the camp of Israel. Verse 24. And they burnt the city with fire.
They burnt the city, right? Go ahead.
And all that was therein. Only the silver and the gold and the vessels of brass and of iron they put into the treasury of the house of the Lord.
They put into the treasury of the house of the Lord. So they took the silver, the brass, they took all of what's called today the riches onto the Lord, right? Give me 7. He's gonna cream of the crop. Give me 7.
Okay. Chapter 7 and verse 1. But the children of Israel committed a trespass.
Committed a what?
A trespass.
What's a trespass?
What's it?
All right. So much so the children of Israel did wicked on, right? They did something wicked. Go ahead.
A trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabadi, and the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing.
What was that accursed thing that he took? What is a cursed thing, Kabbalah?
Any treasure that was consecrated unto the Lord.
So these brothers, right? They went ahead and took treasure that belonged to the Most High, right? Once again, in the midst of war, information is so important. Not only taking orders, but learning how to follow those orders are so important in the midst of war, man.
Right.
And let me show you why they're so important. Keep going on.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel.
Against who?
The children of Israel.
Against who?
The children of Israel.
Why is the Most High not mad at those few men or that man, right? Why is he mad? Why is he not mad at one or two men? Why is he mad at the whole nation for something one man did? Go ahead.
Because he's our father. We are his children. We are a family, and he's not a respecter of persons.
Yes. The brother says right. The Most High, there's an old saying that goes, all for one and one for all. You cannot tell me that ain't no nigga like that. You cannot tell me that's not nigga like. That is us. You cannot tell me that's not nigga like. All for one and one for all, right? The Most High, I'm gonna steal one from Captain Kahantamya, right? The brother said this: racism is a team sport. I remember when he said that, I was like, damn. I think he was in was it B-More?
Yeah.
Or was it Washington, D.C.? It was one of them. For sure it was one of them, right? The brother said racism is a team sport. Either you Play as a team or you lose by default. That was so heavy to me. This right here, you know the Most High is a racist. And ISUPK would teach that the Most High is a racist, right? This right here is no more racist than this, right? Because the Most High is punishing the whole nation for something that one person done. So what message is he sending?
Exactly, sir. Everybody police everybody.
Hold each other accountable. You have to hold each other accountable. And ISUPK, how do we know we hold each other accountable? Anybody can answer that for me. It's one word that's specific I'm looking for. How do we hold each other accountable? What's a proof that ISUPK hold each other accountable? It's a certain thing that all brothers get. Some brothers have a hard time with. Or in fact, I'll damn it say 85% of brothers have a hard time with coming in.
Is it responsibility?
No. There's a certain act that not only is it an act of brotherhood, it's an act of love that ISUPK do.
Checking.
Get out, brother. Get out, brother. Yeah, man, I almost give it away, y'all. Every brother in the ISUPK have got a check-in. I said, if you know UPK you haven't got a check-in yet, you haven't been here long enough. Who can say I'm wrong about that? No brother in the UPK that would deny that. You've not been here long enough then, if that's the case. You haven't done enough yet, if that's the case. If you've not got a check-in yet. Every brother in UPK have got a check-in. Every single brother in the UPK got a check-in. Right here, a brother's about to get a check-in. This is the message the Most High sending here. Keep going on. And this is what it's going to take for us to come out of this captivity here. That's coming up. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 2. And Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Beth-Aven, to the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai. And they returned to Joshua, right, and said unto him, Let not all the people go up.
Let not all the people go up. So they returned, right? So he sent men up, just like he did in where? So everybody following along. Jericho. In Jericho. Same thing he did in Jericho. Any good, I'm saying, captain or general, I'm saying, will send spies first when you send your men in. You don't want to send an army in at a place that you do not know. So you send spies in. You send men to scope out the city, right? Come back and bring you information to know how to go about and how to maneuver within that city. So he did the same thing to Kai. He sent men to go into Kai. Those men came back and said, listen, we don't need our own army to take Kai. We don't need our own army to take Kai. We got a few men. They got a few men, right? Keep going for me, out.
But let about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and smite Ai.
So he said, only send about 2,000 or 3,000 to go smite Ai, right? To lay them down. Go ahead.
And make not all the people to labor thither, for they are but few.
They are but what?
But few.
So he's saying, Kai ain't got not much people. He ain't gonna take us. We're gonna be able to take them like this. They ain't nothing. It ain't nothing, right? Let me show you. This is an example for all you brothers out there, and I've seen this. When you go into a war, I remember coming up, you know what I'm saying, and they have us called, we was the kids, we was fighting as kids. I would say we probably stopped fighting around age, well, I say about 7th grade, I said we probably stopped fighting. Before then, saying 5th grade, 6th grade, neighborhoods and kids used to fight. I'm saying there used to be 6 or 7 brothers, and they would fight off 20, I'm saying, or 15, I'm saying they would fight, right? And the one that's 15, by nature, you got the numbers. You think you win it, right? Not all the time. Not all the time. And the Most High is going to show us here. Go ahead, up.
Come. Verse 4. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men. And they fled.
They what?
And they fled before the men of Ai.
They fled before the men of Ai. 3,000 went up. 3,000 Israelites who just defeated those who? People, those mighty men of Jericho, right? Those men of valor of Jericho, who had way more men than Ai, right? But yesterday they couldn't defeat them. Keep going.
Verse 5. The men of Ai smote of them about 36 men. For they chased them from before the gate, even until Shebarim, and smote them in the going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water.
Are the people what?
Melted and became as water.
What happened? What does it mean when your heart became water? Yes. 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 Saying that's an old saying, old school saying. I mean, them niggas gone weak. They was afraid, huh? They went in there with such Rossi, and you know what I'm saying? And flee. Those men was fight. Can you imagine that? There was fighting, huh? Anyone that played the game of football, you know what I'm saying, any type of sport where you need men, you ever heard a coach might use a saying, I'd rather go in the field. You know, football carry 11 men. I'd rather go in the field with 8 men, 7 men, than to go with 4 or 5 men. You know what I'm saying that's not all the way there. He'd rather go with 7 or 8 men, 7 men against 11, than to go with the extra 4 that's afraid and that's not all the way there. Keep going for me, out.
Come on. Verse 6. And Joshua rent his clothes.
You what?
Joshua rent his clothes.
What does that rent his clothes mean? We all know. Go ahead.
Rent his clothes.
Joshua is mad. Don't forget, take your family. These men that Joshua is sending out to go fight, these are men, these are his men. Men that's willing to die for him, man. If you're a leader up, if you have men up, it's one of the, you rather go up. You rather go than send in any good leader. You rather go than send in any man. I'm saying your leadership, send them in and something happened to them. You rather something happen to you. You rather you go in and something happen to you. If you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. You don't got enough love. You don't got enough brotherhood. You haven't been in enough. Because why? You send those men in, it's called blood in your hands, man. Right. They died based off of what you told them to do. You said the Most High was with you. You're confining the Most High. You're in leadership of this nation. You mean to tell me that we go into this war and we lose this much men? And something that the Most High was with us and he's supposed to send us in? That would break my heart out. So Joshua being a mighty man, a man of war, and being a brotherly, go anything else, it broke his heart out. His men, the men that he's been going out eating with, right? Sharing lunch, dinner with, laughing and joke with, they're now dead. Their children have to look and say, King, uncle, like, my daddy went in based off what you, swallow that pill out. Swallow that pill out. Swallow that pill. I don't know what Joshua feel like. Next time we go, I'm going myself. I'm going myself. I'm be the first one to jump off and run into. I'm going myself. Keep going for me, out.
And fell to the earth upon his face.
So he fell down right upon his face. Keep going.
Before the ark of the Lord.
So what is he doing? He fall down face first, right? Rip his clothes, he's hysterical, falling down face first. The ark of the Lord. What is he doing? He's praying, man. Most High, what did I do? Can you imagine? What did I do? You told me you were with me. My brothers are dead. You told me you're with me. You told me you'll be with me. Put yourself in that man's shoe. Honestly, a lot of brothers yearn for this leadership position. A lot of brothers want to be leaders, want to be heads up. You know, because of the white man is the reason why you yearn to be a leader. Say it again. Say it slow this time. Because of America, because of being under this oppression is the reason why you yearn to be a leader. It's the reason why you yearn to be over men. Because any man that know, you know the burden that comes with. Are you a fool, man? You want this? You want this? Careful what you ask for, man.
Right.
Be careful what you ask for. Keep going up.
Come on. Until the eventide, he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads.
For what?
Put dust upon their heads.
He went to the elders of Israel and did what?
put dust upon their heads.
What does that mean? He put dust upon their heads. Go on, Monta.
It's like it's just a show of a mourning, like show of pain. You know, so it's like from dust. Sometimes you would throw ashes in your face too. They just like rip your clothes, even rip your beard or your hair, stuff like that.
So the man is in mourning.
Right.
He's angry. Like I said before, these men that died out, these are his men.
Right.
A lot of them that he came up with, that was under Moses, they now got passed down to him, that he remember being out in the trenches with. Remember, he used to run around the field and you come up with that. Many, like, any niggas out there used to go ride with it. You know what I'm saying? You go slide with. These are men that you knew. He knew them. Man.
These are the brothers that you traveled with.
You,
to that place.
You travel to city with.
Right.
He instructed these men that get away from their children, kiss their wives, kiss their children goodbye, brought them out to go die. And then you say you want to be a leader. Keep going.
Verse 7. And Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the land, to the hand of the Amorites?
Like, what is this? Say to Moses, what did I do? What's this? You brought us here just to die? What did we do? All right, keep going.
To destroy us? Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side of Jordan? Oh Lord, what shall I say when Israel turneth their backs before their enemies?
Israel did what?
Turneth their backs before their enemies.
So what should I say to them? What if they don't want to fight? When you turn your back to your enemies, what are you doing? Running. You're running. They don't want to fight. They're afraid. You'll pick up from where he left off. You want to pick up? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they're afraid, right? Keep going up. Your brother break.
Verse 9. For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it and shall environ us round.
Shall do what?
Environ.
They shall hear of it and do what?
Environ us round.
What does that sound like today? On topic. Go ahead.
Compass.
Khan, what does that sound like today? Today's present time. The current top news today. Don't forget, Joseph said to the Most High, you allow us to fall to them, our enemies will hear of this, and they shall be.
Khan.
We just talked. Nigga, go ahead.
If I could, sir, that sound like Russia and China seeing how Afghanistan ran them off.
Go ahead.
When Russia and China seeing how Afghanistan ran the United States of America off, the superpower off, after 20 years of spending trillions of dollars and losing men,
right.
They said, well, you beat them? You know how to beat them? Wonderful. Let's talk.
Not only is he beat him, this little man beat him. They had a hard time with him. He beat him. He forced them to run out. Oh my God. Wow. They ain't ready for us.
Like if I could too. Like when Joe Biden came into office, Trump left. Like Trump was a businessman and he was about war.
Right.
He wasn't somebody that you wanted to play with.
Right.
When Biden came into office, Russia and China both looked at him like he was a punk.
It was what? Say it again for them.
When Biden came into office, Russia and China both looked at him like he was a punk. And now this is proof that he's a punk. That
Russia and China both look at, the brother said, when Biden came into office, Russia and China both look at Biden as soft, weak. And this is proof. This is proof right here. This is what Joshua was talking about. Same thing today. This is what Joshua was talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going to happen now? You mean to tell me those little niggas brought them down? They ain't ready for us. Russia, Putin like, yo, Chinese like, listen, we can do this. These niggas, they not like that. They not like that. And in fact, since now they have enemies of the Taliban, let's link up with them. Because now we got an ally in the region now. It's simple. It's the street would tell you that. I look at all this, is no different than the streets. We go through all this. Keep going for me.
And cut off our name from the earth. And what wilt thou do unto thy great name? And the Lord said unto Joshua, get thee up. Wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face? Israel hath sinned.
Israel has what?
Hath sinned.
Most I said, get up. Get your ass up. I'm saying, what are you lying down for? Israel has sinned. You guys have wronged me. I left you in charge. I told you to enforce these laws. You allow men that's underneath you, men who you're in command of, to slip something by your eye, and they have wronged me. So you have to pay. Because I told you to make sure you enforce these laws, and you did not enforce these laws enough. Your men did not respect you enough or feared you enough. And they went behind your back and they did this thing. So you gotta pay. You gotta pay. So y'all gotta die. That's why in the midst of war, like I said before, information is key. Keeping these laws, keeping these certain instructions is key in the midst of war. Easy does it. In the midst of high adrenaline, you know what I'm saying? It could be a shootout, shots flying everywhere, or a fist fight. In the midst of a fist fight, you and a man going physically one-on-one fist fight. The man that's level-headed and keep his composure is the man that's going to more likely 90% of the time come out of that war. And war is a game of inches. It's a game of damn near inches. You don't get no small. Football ain't got nothing on a war. Is a game of inches. That is how you win that war. Easy does it. Keep going for me, out.
And they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing.
They have even taken of what?
The accursed thing.
The accursed thing, right? Go ahead.
And have also stolen and dissembled also. And they have put it even among their own stuff.
They have put it what?
Even among their own stuff.
They have put, that's so wicked up. You don't think Joshua fed his men? They were eating?
Mm-hmm.
You're living, you're doing okay, you're winning wars. You're conquering nations.
Mm-hmm.
Men fear you, have a reputation, man. You walk around, you want to talk about the order they were walking around with? Joshua's men of valor was walking around with that when these other nations see us. And you got to steal? Go ahead, bro.
It's like I was just going to say, and it's not even like they stealing from Joshua, they stealing from the Most High.
Something that belonged to the Most High. The nigga that put you in the position that you in. You never heard of saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Don't bite the hand that feeds you?
Right.
You not forget Egypt? It's like these niggas have forgot Egypt, huh?
It's a lot, yes, sir. It's almost, it was so stupid because, like, yo, the Most High just gave them Jericho. So they weren't starving. They weren't hungry.
You understand, huh?
Come on, please.
You are Joshua's men of valor. Meaning, tell me, you're in the army, you're living better than nigga. Y'all run the city.
Mm-hmm.
No different than when that time comes, UPK will run the city.
That's right.
We ain't gotta worry about nothing. If you ain't UPK, like we said, you in the way. So in that time, you will be in the way. We're gonna run the city. We ain't gotta take nothing, rape nothing. Women are gonna be pouring in here. Women are gonna be, Kabbalah, can you please take me as a wife? Take me as a wife. You be like, damn, sir, that's my 8th one, nigga. Saying, Razan, can you take me as a wife? Sir, I don't know, sir. That's like my 6th. I don't wanna, it's my 8th one. I don't wanna. Parat, can you take Salakia, sir? That's my 12th. I can't, sir. It's nigga, we run the city, nigga. What are you talking about, man? We run the city. Go ahead, up.
Salakia, sir, to touch on, or Salakia, to shed light on the whole rape thing. One more big thing that I missed, I forgot, is across the line had posted up a video where so-called Brother Polite has now been charged with sexual assault. That was today.
We're definitely gonna touch on that, brother. In fact, I remind me at the end of class, like we definitely gonna touch on that, brother. The hypocrite he is. I saw the brother made a post on it today. The hypocrite that he is. So we're definitely gonna touch on. Remind me of that. Like I said before, we run the city, man. So we're not gonna need for anything like that. In UPK, not to mention, how do you find time to be selfish during a time like this?
Right.
We're at war against all these other nations. We're winning. We're bringing nations to its knees. Everyone looking at us like, you find time to steal from the Most High? Keep going for me.
Verse 12. Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies because they were accursed.
I mean, if the Most High is not with you, you shall flee from your enemy. Keep going.
Neither will I be with you anymore, except ye destroy the accursed.
He was so important. He's what the Most High said to the leader, man. That's why I said in the beginning in Joshua 1:1, Joshua 1-7, the Most High was laying it out for him. You have to enforce these laws. You have to stand on these laws and say, let your men know. And you do this, I will be with you. Mm-hmm. He broke that covenant with the Most High. Now, did Joshua steal?
Sir.
But why is he responsible?
Sir, because every man is under him. He's the head of the nation.
That's what a lot of people do not understand. The reason why you yearn to be a leader today, the reason why you yearn to run that block and want to run your own set is because you do not understand. You do not understand what a leader is. In America, everybody died for one leader. In the white man's world, no. In the Israelite world, you die for everyone amongst you. Meaning when they come to get the nation of Israel, you be put to death, just like Christ was put to death. Christ was put to death for the nation of Israel. When men come up and they take the city, they want to take you out of position. What they're going to do is they're going to kill you in front of your men to show an example to your men. You don't understand war. You want to be a leader, you yearn for this, you don't understand conflict. You don't understand it. You're not ready. That is the reason why you're not in leadership. You're not ready. You're not ready. Because you think leadership is about a few little, I do this, I do that better, I do this. You're not ready. You're not ready to go to extent and take the responsibility of what comes with being a leader. You're not ready. That is the reason why so much men in this kingdom yearn for leadership and do not understand what leadership truly comes with. Joshua just learned what it comes with. The Most High said what to him? Read it again.
Neither will I be with you anymore.
Now I will be what?
Neither will I be with you anymore.
He didn't do nothing. Joshua didn't steal. Joshua been keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Sometimes when you go run a hardship, you come through the hardship, you're like, what am I doing? I'm keeping all laws. I'm keeping the classes. I'm coming to class. I'm studying. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Why is this happening to me? Pay attention to your household. Pay attention to the men that's underneath you. This is what comes with being a leader, man. It's not something you should be yearning for. Joshua didn't yearn for this. Joshua didn't yearn for this. Moses chose Joshua. Hey, you riding with me. Seasoned him and prepped him for it, kept him next to him, and all of, you know what I'm saying? You get a choice. Keep going for me, out.
Except ye destroy the accursed from among you.
And until you kill the accursed from among you, then I shall never be with you until you kill the curse from among you. Keep going.
Verse 13. Up, sanctify the people and say, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow.
What does that mean? Sanctify yourself. Flock you. All right. Go ahead up.
It means get your affairs in order.
Give me another. Sanctify yourself.
Just get ready.
Yes.
Like,
on this specific topic.
I mean, it's like I know sanctify means set yourself apart.
Right.
But so I guess maybe that's my confusion.
You're right. Kabatamoth, you're right out. All you brothers is right. I'm saying, prepare yourself. I'm saying, but don't forget, The Most High just told him, I would not be with you. He's mad hysterical, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling his people, prepare yourself, right? Sanctify yourself. For what? Keep going. Keep going.
For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, there is an accursed thing in the midst of thee.
Meaning what? When you sanctify yourself, go ahead.
I mean, I'm getting ready to take a good look at the entire congregation.
In so much words. So y'all keep all right. Get ready. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay sharp.
Yeah.
Stay sharp. Keep going.
O Israel, thou canst not stand before thine enemies until ye take away the accursed thing from among you. In the morning, therefore, ye shall be brought according to your tribes, and it shall be that the tribe which the Lord taketh shall come according to the families thereof, and the family which the Lord shall take shall come by households.
They come by what?
Households.
So what Joshua's doing here?
Sir, he's making sure that he's taking house by house. So he's separating each
Tribe
family
by tribe, house by house, and find out what we did wrong. Who took these gold? Somebody knows something. Any good leader, I say this. If you know something you didn't say nothing, you get put to death too. Wrong or right? You get put to death too. Keep going for me,
And the household which the Lord shall take shall come man by man. And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire.
Burnt with what?
Fire.
Keep going.
He and all that he hath, because he hath transgressed the covenant of the Lord, and because he hath brought folly in Israel. So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by their tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken.
Tribe of what?
Judah.
Keep going.
And he brought the family of Judah, and he took the family of the Zarhites, and he brought the family of the Zarhites man by man. And Zebedee was taken. And he brought his household man by man. And Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zebedee, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was taken.
Keep going for me.
And Joshua said unto Achan.
Why is this so important? Why is it so important that what you notice that Joshua is doing?
He's doing a thorough investigation.
Give the brother a hand. That's exactly what he's doing. He lets you know how serious this is, right? He could imagine during that time, man by man, being interrogated.
Right.
Man by man, tribe by tribe. I'm saying all the way lead down to, okay, there's only one tribe that said it was left back. And this tribe was left back in there with this. Okay, so within the tribe, who was left back with this? Oh, this family of this is within the tribe, right? Keep going. Go ahead.
It's like if I could, and at this time, it was like tens of thousands of us.
Say that again.
It was tens of thousands of us. It was a lot of us.
It was a lot of us. For him to will it down, meaning men are saying, listen, because Israel ruled by what? Order, right? There was time you can imagine order. Tribe of Gad, you're supposed to go over here. Tribe of this, when you attack you over here, we attack you over here. So the one that's going to attack their kingdom where all the gold and the mighty is, Judah, you go over here. So okay, so we did all the investigation. Judah, your specific tribe was the one that went over here. So within that family, who was over here? Brother said, okay, we weren't going to, we're over here, we're over here, we're over here. We didn't go, we were fighting off them over here. Okay, so, but this family was in, this two family was in here. Okay, yes, we was in here, but it was proven we didn't take anything. Go ahead, up.
Like I was just gonna say too, what's crazy is once again, like what you're saying, it was so intricate, right? Because verse 17 says that he goes into the family of Judah. So Judah goes back, a while before this, right? Mm-hmm. But then one of the great grandsons of Judah was the Zarhites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then of the family, the specific family of the Zarhites was Zabdi, right? And he was the one that was taken into questioning. And then his grandson, right, Achan, was the one that ended up taking it. Of course, we're about to find out.
But
you know what I'm saying? And it said at the beginning of the chapter, but
Joseph was a man of war. Our people were disciplined, or you can tell how organized we was. Right down to We know what family was left with what. I'm saying be able to interrogate who was doing what. Keep going for me, y'all. You're gonna pick up back in a little bit, all right, Razan?
Okay.
Keep going for me, y'all.
Sir. And he brought his household man by man, and Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was taken. And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, the Lord God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel.
Indeed, I have what?
Sinned against the Lord God of Israel.
Keep going.
And thus have I done. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them.
I did what?
Coveted them.
So what did you do? What did he do when he see all these, the garment and the silver? What did he do?
He wanted it for himself.
Right.
What do you call that?
I was gonna give an answer.
Go ahead.
So when you covet something, you want something that somebody else has.
Right.
What he wanted, it belonged to the Lord.
To the Lord, the Most High, right? That somebody is the Most High within this topic, right?
Huh?
What do you call that?
A thief.
Yes.
I was gonna say, if you coveted that hard, knowing that it's your fathers of the nation, that's envy.
Yes. Yes. Give the brother a hand. So much word, like the brother putting a different way out. Yes. Meaning he knew that what? He knew this belonged to the Most High. He knew this belonged to the Most High. What does that sound like to you? This goes way back. Go back to Genesis. Who does that sound like to you? What spirit was he carrying right there in Genesis? Someone carried the same thing. The best belonged to the Most High, right? But I gave it. Go ahead.
Sound like Cain.
Cain, that nasty, wicked, filthy devil, Cain. You know what I'm saying?
Sloggy, sir, also sounds like a lesbian.
Think about it, mom. Come on. Slocky. Come on. Hey. Oh man. Come on, I got you. Nigga fuck the whole about a mob, man. He made me lost my train of thought. Now I'm thinking about the lesbian.
The spirit of Cain, sir. And
Con, yes.
Envy, sir.
Yes. That envy, right?
Yes, sir.
He knew it belonged to the Most High. That's wicked, huh? That's absolutely wicked and envious. That spirit is the same spirit Cain carried. That same spirit Cain carried. Right? He knew what belonged to him. He saw it belonged to the Most High, and he wanted it. Even though you get everything else. You mean to tell me you're a grandson of, what's his name? Zabdi, right? Grandson of Zabdi. Meaning like he was a man, we're now man. He was a popular man, huh? What more do you need, huh? You're from the nation of Israel. Your family comes from a man of valor. You can run the damn city. You probably have a whole 500 square feet or a whole city that you guys run. Your family alone run a whole damn city. All the beautiful women want you, grandson of so-and-so. What more do you want? I'm saying, come on, what more do you want? 8, 9, what more do you want? Riches, what more could he possibly want? No, he want what belongs to the Most High. Imagine that. Keep going for me out. Keep going.
Then I coveted them.
Pick up the next verse you pick up, Slakia. Go ahead.
And behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So Joshua said,
Slakia, hold on. So he said, behold, right? They hid under the earth and the silver of the earth. Meaning what? What is he doing?
Slakia, sir.
Get Razan. What is he doing?
Confessing.
Con, he's confessing, but where did he hide it?
Right at his home.
At his home, but where exactly?
In the midst of all his things, like it was said, it's like, you know, basically where with all of his things were.
Khan, go ahead up.
So I don't know.
He's not what I'm speaking. Go ahead.
But underground.
On the ground, huh?
Right.
Read it again. Read again. Read again, Kabbalah. You read it again.
Yes, sir. I coveted them and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth, in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it.
Are you kidding me, huh? Meaning, if he has to hide it under the earth, meaning two things. One, being he's hiding it from his family. That's the reason why he would not have it in his home, right? He needs to hide it under the ground. He's hiding from his brothers. You know what I'm saying? His wife. He's hiding from his house, his family, right? His tribe. And two, he knows wrong. Because the reason why he knows it's wrong, the fact that he's willing to go to the extent of hiding under the damn earth. That is wicked as hell. That is wicked as hell. He know what he's doing. Razan, pick up.
Come. Verse 22. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent. And behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua, and unto all the children of Israel, laid them out before the Lord.
So he brought him out in front of everybody, right? Now he's in front of everybody. Joshua showing him in the midst of the Most High. This is what this man have done. It's like what America call a fake little court system, or you know what I'm saying that's they got it from us. You know, everything the white man have, he got from us. The white man's not original in the damn thing. He's not the original man as them. I hate to even use that word. A lot of what do they call them? Egyptologists like to use that original man and all that. I really hate that. I think it's Christian. But you know what I'm saying, nonetheless, I'm saying we're going to use it today, right? So he brought him out in front of everyone, right? Keep going.
Verse 24.
Keep going.
And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. They brought. So
why did he take his wife, kids, sheep? Hold on. First off, he had sheep, horses, this, that. This man was rich. This man was living comfortably. He was living good, huh? He was living good. What else?
It's like he got all this, but he still wants, like, his flesh still wants more. Like, he wants not what he has, right? Because he had everything. He had kids, wife, goat. He had a lot of good, right? But he wanted what the Lord had. Yeah. He wanted like basically in his eyes, he wanted something better, which was of the Lord.
He wanted, all it comes down to he wanted something that belongs to the Most High. That's it. Let me ask you a question. That gold and that silver and all that, where's he gonna? Yes, he was gonna hide it, but what's he gonna do with it? He can't sell it to anybody of Israelites because they would recognize it from that lot. They were recognized from when they took that eye, right? When they took eye, they would recognize it, and then they would down there call him the priest, and they would put him to death. So what is he gonna do with it?
Like he can't even flex with it.
He can't even flex with it.
Right.
That's why he's hiding it. Go ahead, Doc.
Like I was gonna say too, the same way when when the Lord sent the children of Israel into Jericho. They had to kill everything, including the men, the women, the children, and the oxes and the asses and all of that. It's to put away the evil from the children of Israel. So this cat was now being treated like a heathen because he went against the Lord. So now him, his wife, and his children, and his oxes, and his asses, they all got to die because he's just like the heathen.
Because that's something a heathen would do, huh? That is heathen-like. So you be treated like a heathen. So he ran his whole house up, right? Keep going.
And his tent and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Acre. And Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones.
All Israel did what?
Stoned him with stones.
Keep going.
And burned them with fire.
Burn who?
them with fire.
Burn who?
Them with fire.
Who's that them?
His wife,
Man,
kids,
man,
his
man.
sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say to a lot of you men out there, understand this. You see that woman that you call your rib at home? I'm saying those children that was brought to you, that she bring forth to you, that house that you yearn to lead. Just one mistake alone, they might not even be involved. Just one mistake alone can bring all that down. Let me say it again. Just one mistake alone can bring all that down. Now, could his wife not known about it? Sure. I don't believe she didn't know about it, me personally. I think she know about it. Niggas like to pillow talk and they tell a woman everything. So I don't believe I would have done the same thing Joshua did. Say nonetheless. I don't believe she known, but let's say hypothetically she didn't know. That means nothing. Because he's head of this household.
Mm-hmm.
You see how important a leader is, man? Let's say your children, did his children know about it? Might not have known about it. Children like to run their mouth, so he probably don't want to hide it from his children. But look how they died for his mistake. These children died for something that he did. You know what I'm saying? Right, bro.
It's like y'all ain't mean to take it away from you. But even if you take that into a worldly sense, what a grown man goes out and does on the streets, he can bring that same funk back to his household.
Exactly where I was going. Exactly where I was going. Brother's saying it's so heavy. He's saying taking in today's time in the world, the shit that you do out in these streets can come back in your family. When I tell you that, I know people out, they've brought so much terror in their family out. Their mama not here anymore. Their nephews are not here anymore. Their brothers are not here anymore. Based on some shit that they did. Out. Like, I've seen men out that cause their whole family to get killed out. Men that have 16, 17 children. And they can't find them, they kill a mama, their nephew, their brother, and kill 4 of their kids. A house of like 8, 9 people died out. Numerous stories on that out. Based on something that they did. So this has been going on from the beginning of time. Huh? What you do is a cause and effect in the things you do, man. Don't let, because you see, living here in America, you see how a white man has been able to rape and rob and be able to get away with everything. You think you're gonna be able to get away with it? Just the other day, a story came out that a white woman sold $250,000. And repeat, she sold $250,000, and they gave her probation. $250,000 they gave her probation. I think it was like something like Monday. And Tuesday, a so-called black woman stole $40,000, I think, or $25,000, $25,000 to $40,000. $25,000 she stole. Guess what she got? Prison time. She got like what, 8 years, something like that?
She got prison time. I don't know how long it was. But
4 to 8 years she got. While a white woman stole $250,000. But hers is looked at as a white collar crime. Well, you just committed a crime. Do not forget that this is our place of captivity. The things that you do here do have an effect. Keep going to finish up for me out.
And burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones.
After they stoned him with stones, then meaning like he stoned all his whole house with stones, burned him with fire. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day.
They what?
A great heap of stones.
What they did something from top again?
And they raised over him a great heap of stones.
This is old school right here, ancient time. What is that great heap of stones they raised over him? Go ahead, bro. Come on.
So, sir. Whereas nowadays it would be a headstone, in this day it's just a mound of stones.
Mound of stones, huh? Mound of stones back then. That's how they did it back then. We see you walking past, it's part of Kingston, they were still doing it. Huh? I'm saying everyone know I come from Kingston, I'm saying specifically Pienland. That's what I come from, Pienland. I'm saying in the trenches, the slums of slums I come from, Pienland. You still find that today, huh? Today. Saying that stone that they build, instead of put them in the ground, they build that stone up over there, man. Keep going. Is all.
Come on. So the Lord turned from his fierceness of his anger. Wherefore the name of that place was called the Valley of Acre.
Valley of what?
Of Acre.
Of what?
Of Acre.
Why was it called Acre?
What they stole the contact?
Yes. Yeah, so he got a whole valley stolen for him. The Valley of Traitor. The Valley of Wickedness. Go ahead up.
So if I get a Hebrew behind it.
Go ahead up. Go ahead. You go ahead up. I should shut up. Go ahead.
Like it. So Acre, in the Hebrew is a Ikawar, which means trouble, right? And so remember when Joshua said, "Why have you troubled the children of Israel today?" Well, today the Lord is going to trouble you. And so I'm saying, I think that's a heavy cut. It's a lot. To get a whole, you know what I'm saying, land named after you.
He got a whole land that you was buried at named after him because he was troubled. How was he troubled? You see, all those men that died in that war are blood on his hand.
That's right.
But because he's selfish and wicked, he don't give a damn. That falls on Joseph or Joshua, because Joshua was head at that time. See how this? You see how this worked? See how this worked? I take it today. You have America just moved out of Iraq, or it's like Afghanistan, right? To show you how wicked America is, and absolutely no loyalty America holds. America left a lot of his allies, who Afghanis, who was working with America, helped betray their people, was working with them. America have no honor. America have absolutely no honor. They're not like us. How do we know we have honor? Don't forget, when we helped that whore and her family, was she touched? Was that whore touched? Absolutely not. She left for the children of Israel. I ain't saying no niggas married her on their family and mixed with her. We probably left her and dropped her off somewhere. Hey, bitch, hey, we said we wouldn't kill you. That's it. You know I'm saying? Get her away. Yeah. I'm saying? We came through our promise. Wrong, right, Kabbalah.
That's right.
We not promise her that we would not kill her in that land.
Yes, sir. And the Most High said, don't touch her.
We did not touch her. We let her out the land. Okay, go on your way now. For all you know, go on your way now. But we ain't got no water, bitch. We said we wouldn't kill you. We ain't said nothing about feeding you. You are still a goddamn heathen. And you're enemies to us. For all you know, all these children you see here, you give birth to these heathens. Don't get it twisted. We said we wouldn't kill you. We didn't kill you. We honor that. We honor the treaty. Not only did we didn't kill you, we didn't kill your daddy, your mama, your brothers, and all the house, your friends, and everybody you sneak and snuck in this house. Because she's a whore. She probably was bringing the best, the man that gave her the best money, or you know what I'm saying? The best rod. She was sneaking in the house to be saved. Bitch, don't think we're going to kill any one of y'all in there. We said we wouldn't kill you because we're honorable. America don't carry that honor. America do not carry that honor. America left its allies over there. In fact, America still have American citizens over there. Huh? They still have American citizens over there. They left over there in that same land. They left. They gathered up their things, left their allies, an American citizen in that same land. Can't blame the Taliban. I would have a field day for the ISUPK and the Commander Jericho. I would have an absolute field day. And those, I would have a field day on them because they have earned that. They have earned that. Go ahead, out.
You know they're gonna come over here to Arizona too. I mean, I remember in Camelback in like 20 or 19th around there, it gets filled with nothing but like Arabs and especially Africans.
Right.
I see a lot of East Indians and stuff like that right there.
Right.
So they gonna come over here.
To hell with those Arabs.
Right.
To hell with those Arabs. My brother made a comment. My brother made a post today. He said something around the sense of with Arabs or Arabs flying or something dying or something like that against Muhammad. There's no such thing as a Muhammad or you know what I'm saying Allah rather. Allah is not alive or something. I say to every Arab out there, I say this. You know what I'm saying, and I see one from I think it was Captain Thal Ward that said this. He said, I care about the Arabs or the Afghanis as much as they care about me. That is what I say for Afghanistan. And when they come to me and say, do you care about the Afghanistan? I say, yes. as much as they care about me. So you take it how you want to take it. Give a damn about those Afghanis. No different than that heathen, that harlot that we brought out of Israel, Rahab. Right. What's the word I'm looking for, man? They spared. You know what I'm saying? Rahab that they spared. No different. No different, man. Of Afghanis, they will fall too. Mm-hmm. They're gonna come together with the Asians, you know what I'm saying, and with the Russians, the bear, and they're gonna go to war. And in the midst of that war, don't forget, when you have two enemies fighting each other out, all you have is enemies out. There's no such thing as you can't beat them, join them. They're enemies. When you have two of your enemies fighting out, they're enemies. They're enemies. You just hope they kill each other, and the one that survives, you go ahead and finish him off. Except when Christ makes his second coming, he's coming back in such a dramatic and bossy kind of way. It's gonna be when they're fighting each other in the midst of the war. They ain't gonna wait till one of them they kill each other and one is left. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. We're gonna come back and we're gonna fight you all because they're gonna unite against us.
Right.
You think Christ could just wait till they won till the winner? You could just wait till whoever wins and fight against the winner. No. To show you how big and bad we are, we're going to come when the war is at its thickest, and we're going to force you to join hands with each other to come against us, and then we're going to destroy you. Just to show you how gangster we are.
That'll be the biggest flex for the Most High.
And that'll be the biggest flex. Brother Hand. That'll be the biggest flex for the Most High. Most High is about sending messages, man. The message, no different than what happened in Jericho, has to be sent today. Not only a message for the nation of Israel in a time of war, but also a message to the other nations. As long as the Most High is with us, crazy. We cannot be defeated, man. We cannot be defeated as long as the Most High is with us. And to the nation of Israel, you have to understand that if anything that so far reading Joshua teaches us is what? Summarize the whole thing. What does it teach us? One specific word.
One word? One word, sir?
Yes. If you want to put it in like this, give me what summarize what?
Order.
Yes. Yes. Order. That's all Joshua in the book of Joshua teaches is order. All throughout the Bible on the left, but specifically in this book. When they patrol, they patrol that city. I'm saying for 6 days, one time a day. And the seventh day, they did it 7 times before they attacked. Those are specific orders. You think they could have attacked the first day? The Most High wanted to send a message, fear. He won't let them remember. I want them to remember this. I want not so much them because they're all gonna be dead anyway. Because we're gonna go in there and kill everybody. But I want what? I want the other nations to remember. Don't forget, we're sending a message to the other nations. So next time when we come in to another nation's border, fear. There's something you want to say out?
I got a precept.
Go ahead up.
This is Jeremiah 16:14. I'll start at 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of
what?
Of Egypt.
A land of what?
Of Egypt.
No longer should they talk about Egypt. Egypt would no longer exist. Here's what the Most High said, right? Where are we at today?
In the land of the north.
Land of the north, right? Go ahead. Here's what the Most High said.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Land of the what?
Of the north.
Land of the north. War is coming, man. And it's a beautiful thing. It's an absolute beautiful thing, man. And this war is coming. Right? I'm going to jump off a little bit off subject. I want to touch on a certain subject before we close our class. You know what I'm saying? Polite. I know captains have touched on it. Many brothers have touched on it, man. The general might even touch on it. If anything polite show us, I'm saying, is one, if before I go on, if we can speak a little carnal here, I don't think that's Israelite. Ain't no Israelite carrying a hairline like that. Say Salakia. Ain't no Israelite. Ain't no Israelite out. Ain't no Israelite live with his forehead like that out. I'm telling you, that's not an Israelite out. I'm saying, but hey, we don't know, right?
True.
We don't know, but nonetheless, Polite showed us anything out, and that is how lost our people is out.
Right.
Men like Polite in times like this show us how lost we are. How absolutely lost we are. Would you not believe that man led many people up? So-called celebrities and mighty men of this nation. They were calling this man for advice, this man for leadership.
Mm-hmm.
They were calling him. They were calling the UPK. They were calling him. Mighty men of this nation was calling him.
Mm-hmm.
Mighty men of this nation was calling him for leadership. Mm-hmm. And look at him today. Now, if your judgment is that far off, huh? It show if anything show you up. If your man and judgment is that far off, what if anything it shows you? Think straight. Think straight.
Like you said, it shows you that you need help.
You're in danger. Your brother hand say you're in danger. Absolute danger. Israel is in absolute danger because that man was a leader. A heavy. That man was a leader in the community. People followed him. Men of our nation followed him. And look at him today. Accused of raping, how old she was? 14. A 14-year-old girl.
Right.
A baby.
Yeah, yes.
A 14-year-old baby.
Yes.
And show you how wicked America is. Why is Polite out of prison right now? Who can bring it to man? If y'all give me this, why is Polite out of prison?
Because of the LGBTQ community's last letter, which is P for pedosexual.
That's true, but that's not why he's out. Anybody?
I got one more, sir.
I was going to say the one that he's out because the American system is corrupt. We can pay,
You can what?
Pay.
You can what?
Pay.
You can what?
Pay.
So why is he out?
Because he can pay that money.
Money. America will compromise its integrity, compromise its ethics for money. For money. Money rules this country. Polite is out for raping a baby because he has money. I'll say this. There's one time I got in trouble out. Something very minor out. You know I got out for money. But the money I had to pay was way more than what he had to pay out. $1,000 out?
What?
You didn't know? For rape. I know brothers out. Like I said before. I said this already. I know brothers out. Right? Got caught with drugs out. I know brothers that got caught with was in parties, right? We were kids in parties. Like, you don't come when you're having a house party and the cop come, you drinking on the age. And when a cop comes, boom, you take off. Niggas jumping. I've been there, you know. You gotta say niggas hit the backyard and dogs is biting at your feet. I'm saying you niggas jumping fence and running. They get locked up on. You're drinking and all that, right? Let's say they're 18. And they bond said that because they actually bumped the cop, right? I'm saying assault 3,500, 5,300. Bond. Polite is out for money. And to show you, I don't believe he's Israelite out. $1,000 out. Go ahead, out.
Sir, if I can level with you for just a moment.
Go ahead.
It sounds like they know that, and again, we don't know, his tribe. We don't know his blood lineage, but it sounds like it's almost like the media of the United States knows, like, well, they're all following him, and he's corrupt. Well, this is what the Vatican does.
Right.
So if they're going to follow him, and that could assimilate them unto us, let him out.
I say this: Polite will play ball. If he get off on this, tells us two things. One, he's willing to play ball, and two, two things that tell us from America, right? About America. If Polite get off on this is one, he's willing to play ball. He's willing to listen to them. And two, he's going to continue doing what he's doing.
Dang.
Right. I mean, also got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew 15 and 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
Both shall fall into the ditch. There's the blind leading the blind.
Right.
I'm saying the blind leading the blind. That's all it is. Be honest with you, I'm not surprised what Polite did. I'm in the class for saying this. I believe it is an excellent. Nigga, you want to know who you are? You go home and look in that mirror. You want to know who you are? Look at the niggas you hang around with. Look at the niggas you dwell with. Birds of a feather flock together. His daddy was a rapist, child molester. So he's a rapist, child molester. That I'm saying, I passed the class of preaching officer prep, man.
These are the ISUPK security announcements. With the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only, and they're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which that brother and sister will court each other, and after this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithes means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are free will offerings for the priest. They're not mandatory, but they're whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming holy convocations coming up in September. This next month coming up, we got the memorial of the blowing of trumpets. All right. If you come into the physical school, make sure you GPS the school's location. Put that into your GPS. That'll boost our stats. Also, make sure, if you have not already, visit the school's website. If you search ISUPK Arizona has its own individual website. Also, post a review of the school on Google if you've not already. If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, make sure that you start wearing all black, and that includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, and black headbands or scarves. And with that, we're going to get a teacher a courtesy salute. Men of Israel Majim, which means to stand. All right, men of Israel Majim Shabbat. Amayim, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Matah. Class is me.
That's what it's